I the asshole for ruining my girlfriend's plans for when she goes into labor? So the original post was removed by moderators in AITAH. However, there is a post in advice. I believe it's the same one. So this one's titled differently. Girlfriend claimed I ruined everything for when she goes into labor. A bit of backstory. My girlfriend is pregnant and due in September. In May, I found out she had started using nicotine pouches during her pregnancy. She had quit a year before. She promised me she would stop immediately, but a month later I found more boxes, used pouches in her bags, and a receipt showing she had bought more right after promising to quit. We fought and she didn't take responsibility. She claimed her midwife told her it was better than her stressing during pregnancy, which a doctor friend confirmed is false. She said she will keep using them and would quit 5 weeks before the due date and tell me every time she took a pouch until then. During that period, she was taking at least 4 a day. She now claims she has quit 7 weeks before the due date, though I found some pouches afterwards. I decided to trust her again. On to the issue now. Yesterday, we visited the hospital to see delivery rooms. The 7th floor has nice rooms with a view. The 1st floor is more basic, but has better equipment for monitoring the baby. She wants the 7th floor. At a meeting with her midwife, I clarified whether anyone had said nicotine pouches were safe and wanted to ask about the risks associated with it. Since she had claimed to my girlfriend it was safe, I wanted her to calm my nerves. The midwife said she had never said that and seemed genuinely shocked. Then my girlfriend said it was actually the ultrasound technician who said that. The midwife said hospital guidelines require her to deliver on the 1st floor if she has been using the pouches, so the baby can be properly monitored. The more specialized equipment for monitoring babies that are at risk are on the 1st floor. I agree, the baby's safety must come first. After this, my girlfriend started crying and blamed me, saying I ruined her birth plans. Of course, I didn't know that hospital protocol says she needs to deliver on the 1st floor if this is the case, so it's not like I did it on purpose. Also, knowing what I know now, I'd also prefer to have the baby there if it's safer for it. Anyways, my girlfriend is mad at me because I ruined her plans for delivering the baby. Am I the asshole?
Not a fucking chance. This is messed up. So, nicotine pouches should not be used during pregnancy. There is no safe level of nicotine exposure for a developing fetus, and all types of nicotine products, including nicotine pouches, can lead to serious health problems for both the mother and the baby, such as increased risk of preterm delivery, low birth weight, and sudden infant death syndrome, SIDS. Health organizations strongly advise total abstinence from all nicotine during the pregnancy to protect the fetus's development, especially the brain.
Am I the asshole for putting a stop to my 12-year-old daughter's period party? Let me set the stage. My wife and I, 43 male, 42 female, have 2 daughters, 7 years apart. 19-year-old was at college in a different state when this happened. Girls are very young, 19-year-old is outgoing, even extroverted, loves meeting new people, trying new things, etc. 12-year-old is shy, a homebody, finds things she's comfortable with and sticks with them. In fairness, 19-year-old was kind of like this until she was 16 or so. Maybe it's genetic. A couple months ago, 12-year-old comes to me in my home office, obviously upset. Stammers a bit, then manages to tell me that she just got her first period. I play the supportive dad, comfort her, and get her a box of sanitary pads my wife had bought earlier in the year, guessing this was going to happen sooner or later, and go over to the instructions with her. She goes into the bathroom, does what she has to do, thanks me for my help. I got her some ice cream and Midol, told her there was nothing to be embarrassed about, and she could always come to me for anything. Wife gets home later that day. 12-year-old tells her what happened. Wife starts crying. My little girl is growing up, etc. Then asks who should be invited to the period party, which I only knew of from listening to Bert Kreischer. I don't know.
The fuck is that?
I don't know.
The fuck is that fucking guy?
Are you Googling it?
Bert. You say Bert or Brett?
I got it. Bert.
He's a comedian. Probably made a joke about this.
If they were a thing when our 19-year-old started, she never asked for one. 12-year-old immediately closes off, says she doesn't want a PP, aka period party, doesn't want anyone to know. Wife tries to talk to her some more, but 12-year-old ignores her and goes to her room. Wife tries to enlist my aid in changing her mind, but I tell her, she said she didn't want one, don't worry about it. 2 days later, I get home from running errands, and before I can even make it to the stairs, 12-year-old runs up to me and asks if she can do her homework in my office. I'm confused, but yeah, sure, and she bolts upstairs. At this point, I started to suspect what was going on and walked into the living room to find my wife had not only decorated like something which wouldn't have looked out of place on my super sweet 16.
Love that show.
What is that?
It's like that MTV show. The 16-year-olds got cars and a big party.
Oh, okay. I never watched that.
What?
But there were several family friends, all women, and a few I recognized as neighborhood mothers. I beckoned wife into the hall. She asks where 12-year-old is, and I tell her she wanted to do homework in my office. She rolls her eyes and starts to move past me, but I step in front of her. Me. What are you doing? Wife. Going to get 12-year-old. It's her party. Me. She told you specifically she didn't want the party. Wife. Oh, she didn't mean that. This is an important time for a girl. She needs to know not to be ashamed of her body. Me. She's not. I already explained things to her. She just doesn't want to talk about it more. Wife. I don't expect you to understand. This is just for women. She actually tried to push past me, but I stepped into the doorway and completely blocked her. Wife. What's wrong with you? Me. What's wrong with you? You know how shy 12-year-old is. You knew she didn't want to do something like this, and you did it anyway. Wife. I told you it's for her own good. We can't let her grow up with negative attitude towards something so natural. Me. And we're not. I told you, she knows what's going on. She's getting a handle on it. She just doesn't want to talk about it with anyone else for right now. Wife. Well, it wasn't your business to tell her about it anyways. Me. You were at work. Was I supposed to ignore her for 4 hours until you got home? Wife. You could have called me. I would have come home. Me. It still would have taken you an hour. She was upset. I knew what was going on. I talked her through it. Wife. You don't know anything about it. It's never happened to you. At this point, I gave up. Point to my wife. No, I've never had a period, but I had 3 older sisters and a live-in girlfriend before my wife and I met. Plus, we've been married for almost 21 years. I'm pretty well versed. She again tries to move past me, but I don't move. Me. No. 12-year-old doesn't want this. I'm not letting you make her do it. Wife. Fine, have it your way. She goes back to the living room and tells the other ladies that period party is off because I'm being a jackass. I lose it, follow her in, and let the women know, calmly, but in no uncertain terms, that I appreciate what they wanted to do, but 12-year-old made it explicitly clear that she did not want this party, and my wife is trying to pressure her into it. Several of the moms frown at her. My wife starts to backpedal, talking about how she didn't think 12-year-old was being serious, but I ignored her and begin taking down the decorations. Everyone clears out shortly, and once the coast is clear, 12-year-old comes back downstairs. My wife gives her half-assed, in my opinion, apology again, saying she didn't think 12-year-old was serious, but 12-year-old also ignores her and just starts doing her homework in her usual place at the table. My wife was pissed at me for a week, claiming I undermined her authority as a parent, apparently by not helping her force our daughter into doing something she didn't want to do, and made her look bad in front of the neighborhood moms by telling them she'd been doing this against our daughter's wishes. So, am I the asshole?
No, I mean, you're a great dad. I mean, it's
amazing dad.
It's kind of a tough one because I guess I could kind of see like where mom's coming from.
Am I the asshole for putting my hand over my sister-in-law's camera at my own birthday dinner after I told her no filming? I, 29 female, had a small birthday dinner last weekend with my husband, 31 male, sister-in-law, Lena, 27 female, mother-in-law, and 2 friends at a normal but nice place. Lena's an influencer. She films literally everything. Plates, forks, people breathing. 3 days before, I wrote in the family chat, please don't film me. Food, room is fine, just not my face. She said, got you. We sit down and within like 10 minutes her phone is up. I say quiet, please don't point it at me. She goes, you look great, it's just vibes. Husband backs me, quote, she said no. Lena rolls her eyes, lowers it for maybe 2 minutes. Then the cake comes, little sparkler, staff singing. Lena stands and points the camera right in my face like, birthday girl reveal. I put my hand over the lens and said, stop. I didn't grab the phone or touch her, just covered the camera for a sec. She snaps that I ruined her shot and this is her job. Mother-in-law says to let it go for one night. I said that it's my night, actually. It got awkward fast. Server was right there. I felt embarrassed. Husband tried to change the subject, but Lena kept muttering about how she had to scrap everything. I even paid for my own dessert. Long story, and we left pretty quick. Next morning, Lena texts that I humiliated her and made her look unprofessional in front of everyone. Mother-in-law says I should have moved seats if I didn't want to be in frame. Husband says my boundary is fair, but maybe I made a scene by doing it during the song when eyes were already on me. She posted me before without asking, and coworkers mentioned it. I've asked her to blur/remove, and it turns into drama, which is why I set the boundary in writing before dinner. Why I might be the asshole? Public space. I did physically block her shot, and yeah, it was during the song. I could have stood up and turned away or something. But also, I don't want to be online against my will, especially on my own birthday. I don't know. Am I the asshole?